when the going gets tough, Real Madrid gets tougher. Man, time and again ये statement हम prove करते आ रहे हैं, and this time it's the same story. It's nothing different. I mean, we need other teams to score against us. Then and then only we realize the importance of a particular game. और वही हुआ इस मैच में भी. We needed some sort of realization. उसके लिए हमने एक नहीं, हमने दो गोल खा लिए in starting minutes. So I mean, yes, I shouldn't be this happy, and बहुत ख़राब गेम था, but it's, looking back at that game, it's very funny to me right now. So but it's not one way road. I mean, City did made some mistakes, and there are some sort of areas that they will look back and वो सोचेंगे कि we could have done better in that sort of areas. तो score line और भी ज़्यादा हो सकती थी. But nonetheless, let's start the video. Let's see what went wrong for Real Madrid, और थोड़ा बहुत सिटी के बारे में भी डिस्कशन कर लेंगे हम लोग. So the game was barely started. I mean, 40-50 seconds के आसपास ही हो रहा, and they were pressing really hard. हमारी डिफेंस पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा प्रेशर था, and defense really fumbled at that time. सोच नहीं पा रहे थे. Such hard was their pressing. और यही कुछ स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा था, and there was some sort of a magic from Mahrez. I mean, he's having a wonderful season, and it just reflected on that goal. 3-4 प्लेयर को बंदा काट के जा रहा है आराम से. He's crossing De Bruyne and he scores. It's not even the game has not even started yet properly. Barely the game has started. It's just like 90-100 seconds and they score. 3-4 प्लेयर को एक प्लेयर काट के जा रहा है. That is not done. That is not accepted. If I can find the images, I'll show to you. I mean, it was horrendous from Real Madrid side. और यही चीज़ चलती आ रही थी पूरे फर्स्ट हाफ में. दिस वॉज द केस. आई मीन, सिटी वॉज डोमिनेटिंग. दे वर क्लियरली द डोमिनेटिंग साइड, और रियल मैड्रिड वर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू सॉर्ट ऑफ, क्या कहते हैं उसे, they were just trying to manage City in some way or the other, which they clearly failed at. But that was the case. और फर्स्ट गोल हम बहुत जल्दी खा लेते, और उस गोल से हम उभरे ही नहीं थे अभी. और सेकेंड गोल भी आ जाता है on 11th minute or so. Again a defensive error, positioning की गलती है. I like the way they managed to split Alaba and Militao clearly out of position हो गया था. right back पे खेल रहा था, right back position पे चला गया था, and there was an error from Alaba. misjudge कर लिया उसने, clear नहीं कर पाया बॉल को, and Jesus had a 1-on-1 chance. और जिस तरह से उसका फॉर्म चल रहा है, आई मीन, लास्ट मैच में ही स्कोर्ड 4 goals, तो he was never gonna miss that. So that's how we conceded like 2 goals in 10 or so minutes. So it's pretty bad for our side, and it always has to be City. I mean, इतना अच्छा हम लोग चेल्सी के अगेंस्ट भी खेले थे, PSG के अगेंस्ट भी डिफेंडिंग हमारी बेटर थी, बट आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंस अगेंस्ट सिटी. आई मीन, सब लोग they make howler of themselves, they make a fool of themselves. So that's what I don't like. I mean, पता नहीं क्या confidence की कमी है हमारे में. No, that's not a problem, but it did happen. Defensive errors did happen. और it's not just Real Madrid. I mean, City के साइड से भी हुए थे, but जो चीज़ ज़्यादा visible होती है वही those are the things that are talked about the most. So I'll again show you some pictures about about our defensive errors. और काफ़ी ज़्यादा spaces भी छोड़ रहे थे. I think that goes that's on Cruz. I mean, हम उसे DMF खिला रहे थे, and he was having a nightmare. उसकी I guess पूरी गेम ही बिगड़ गई थी just because of that. And even when we tried to play him at number 8, he didn't recover from that. और काफ़ी बुरा गेम रहा था उसका. So Cruz wasn't able to control the ball. He was failing to cover up the spaces, and at that point of time you just knew that इस position पे Kama should have started. So it was pretty clear because he clearly lacked space at this time, और काफ़ी ज़्यादा fouls भी उसने commit किए थे just to compensate that, और that really didn't benefit us. एक तो गोल भी आ गया था, which I'll discuss it further. But मिसकम्युनिकेशन तो बिल्कुल था, एंड फ्रॉम दैट आई कैन से दैट मे बी देयर माइट हैव बीन a lack of confidence. I mean, miscommunication tha, that's the last thing you want, and that too from a side like Real Madrid. Miscommunication should not be accepted. I mean, defense तो clearly I had given up on our defense, but attackers were not really giving up. काफ़ी ज़्यादा pressing कर रहे थे. They were pressing really hard on their defense, making them or sort of making them to commit mistakes, और यही हो रहा था. आई मीन देयर वाज अ क्लियर चांस क्रिएटेड बाय प्रेसिंग. इस बार विनीशियस की तरफ से था. आई मीन इट्स बेंजेमा मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, बट दिस टाइम इट वाज विनीशियस, और ही रिकवर्स द बॉल फ्रॉम देयर डिफेंस और चांस क्रिएट करने की ट्राई करता है, बट इट एंडेड अप बीइंग एन ऑफसाइड. और उस मिनट के बाद आई सॉर्ट ऑफ स्टार्टेड हैविंग सम होप्स दैट दिस गेम हैज़ something left for us. I mean, कुछ तो हम निकाल ही सकते हैं. We won't get devastated, जो कि हम हो सकते थे if it weren't for City missing those chances. So yeah, but उसके बाद से I really started getting some sort of hopes that हम कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे मैच में. और and it did happen. I mean, in the 32nd minute we did score, and इसी से हुआ था. I mean, attackers were pressing really hard. And this one goes to Modric. Benzema ने तो misplace कर दिया था pass. He wasn't able to give a proper pass to Benzema, but Modric भागा, 37-year-old. He ran and he recovered the ball. He gave it to Mendy, और Mendy ने काफ़ी ज़्यादा unpredictable cross Benzema के तरफ डाल दिया. He wasn't even in a position to cross the ball, but पता नहीं कैसे, बिकॉज जब वो पोजीशन में भी होता है तब भी नेवर क्रॉसेस द बॉल. आई मीन दैट्स व्हाट आई सेड इन माई प्रीवियस वीडियो. दैट्स व्हाट ही लैक्स, बट दिस टाइम ही वॉज एबल टू पुल ऑफ द क्रॉस. और बेंजीमा हाफ चांस था, बट कंसिडरिंग हिज फॉर्म ही क्लियरली हैड टू स्कोर इट. काफ़ी ज़्यादा रोनाल्डो जैसा था उससे 16-17 सीजन में जो बायर्न के अगेंस्ट मारा था. सो वो यादें भी ताज़ा हो गई, बट 2-1 हो गया था स्कोर. आई मीन आई थॉट कि मे बी इसके बाद वी कैन डू समथिंग मोर. यही हमें चाहिए था. मिडफील्ड अगर ज़्यादा कनेक्ट कर पाती बॉल से. आई मीन इट वाज ऑल मॉडरिच. वलवार्दे का पूरा टाइम his whole time went covering the spaces left by Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा आगे खेल रहा था, considering he was playing a number 6. उसके हिसाब से तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा आगे था, और वलवार्दे इसलिए ज़्यादा कुछ कर नहीं पा रहा था. He was just trying to cover up the spaces. That was the thing, but it was all Benzema and Modric. और हमारा फर्स्ट हाफ ऐसे ही ख़त्म हो जाता है. It ended just like that. If I want to reflect on that, I mean first half performance, जैसा कि मैंने कहा, बेंज एंड मॉडरिच दे वर रनिंग द शो. यही दो लोग थे जिनको देख के आई फेल्ट दैट येस वी कैन हैव चांसेस एंड वी विल डेफिनेटली स्कोर. फर्स्ट हाफ की बात है, इट्स नॉट अबाउट द सेकेंड हाफ. सेकेंड हाफ में द स्टोरी रियली चेंज्ड, बट फर्स्ट हाफ में इट वॉज जस्ट लाइक दैट. डिफेंस बहुत बेकार था. प्लेयर्स वर स्टैंडिंग लाइक एनीथिंग एंड दे वर कमिटिंग एरर्स लाइक एनीथिंग. डिफेंस में कुछ हो नहीं पा रहा था. मॉडरिच हैड टू प्ले a sort of a second striker just behind Benzema to sort of give him that sort of chances to score. So midfield में एक player तो already कम हो गया था, and City really captivated on that. वो नंबर गेम जो चलता रहता है मिडफील्ड में, उनका एक मैन ज़्यादा हो रहा था हर बार, एंड दे वर क्लियरली क्रिएटिंग मोर चांसेस जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. वो नंबर गेम ही है जिसकी वजह से आई मीन वी लॉस्ट द गेम. इट्स जस्ट द नंबर गेम. वो एडवांटेज ले रहे थे मिडफील्ड में, एंड दैट लेड टू अ लॉट ऑफ गोल्स. ये था, एंड क्रूज वॉज नॉट दैट इफेक्टिव. आई थिंक इट्स नॉट जस्ट फॉर द फर्स्ट हाफ. पूरे गेम में ही वॉजंट दैट इफेक्टिव. इवन व्हेन ही स्टार्टेड टू प्ले एज अ नंबर 8 नहीं हो पा रहा था उससे. एल्बा मिली कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं बन पा रहा था. आई मीन सिटी डिड अ वेरी गुड जॉब स्प्लिटिंग देम अपार्ट, जिसकी वजह से एल्बा ऑब्वियसली इंजर्ड था, तो ही वॉजंट एट हिज बेस्ट, और इसकी वजह से उसकी पोजीशनिंग वगैरह में मिसजजमेंट आ रही थी. दैट्स व्हाई ही हैड टू बी सब्ड ऑफ. बट मिलिटाओ का भी इट वॉजंट द बेस्ट गेम, एंड वी विल टॉक अबाउट मिलिटाओ इन अ बिट. बट a few good chances for our side और एक गोल हमने मार दिया. एंड सिटी के लिए तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा चांसेस बन चुके थे. आई मीन So even after they scored the second goal, they got a lot of chances. I mean, the scoreline could have been like 4-0 or 5-0 in the first half itself, thanks to their poor finishing or their poor judgment. We didn't actually concede that sort of goals. So yeah, that was the thing. But second half start होता है और जैसा कि मैंने कहा, Alaba was playing with an injury, so he couldn't continue. Nacho comes in for Alaba और 47th minute पे मिस्टेक हो जाती है वापस से from defense. I don't know who exactly the player was it Millie or Nacho? मैं फोटो डाल दूंगा again, but गलती हो जाती है and that is exactly what led to the next goal. 3-1 हो जाती है score line. I mean, come on man, इतना खराब कैसे खेल सकते हो तुम लोग? And it always has to be against City. I mean, in the middle of the pitch, you are losing the ball like that. There's nothing much you can do after that, and it all goes down to City as to how they want to finish it. We didn't learn from our mistakes. Lethargic passing हो रही थी, इतने आलसी खेल रहे, इतने आलसी थे हमारे players. I don't know what was happening. Lethargic passing, वही City ने captivate किया and they finally scored. I mean, it was coming, right? First half में इतने सारे chances miss किए and तो तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि I mean, City will come after you. If you are making a lot of mistakes, you are giving them chances, they are gonna score at one point or another, and they clearly did. So yeah, I mean, defense के बारे में तो I don't know what to say right now, but it's good to see that, you know, we pulled a goal back from nowhere again. Individual magic था. कैसे कर लिया यार उसने? That was crazy. I mean, पूरे टीम को उसने he broke the defense in just that one single move. Just that one single move broke the defense. और ये भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा, ये भी I think ये भी it was recreation of the famous Gareth Bale goal. काफ़ी ज़्यादा similar goal था उससे, but it was crazy man. और commentators भी they were clearly shocked. I mean, how can you do that? 3-4 प्लेयर उसके पीछे भाग रहे हैं और उसके बीच में से you find a finish. I mean, it's nothing but magic from Vinicius. Just again showing us how far he has come from the last seasons, from the previous seasons. I mean, इतनी अच्छी finishing, इतनी अच्छी decision making. Although there were instances जहाँ पे उसने थोड़ा बहुत गड़बड़ कर दिया था, but this goal was out of this world. Second half में तो it was just this series of goals that followed. ज़्यादा कुछ tactically तो I wouldn't say, because end-to-end stuff था from both the sides और attack काफ़ी ज़्यादा strong हो रहे थे from both the sides again. So Vinicius का goal आता है and things were starting to get better. Things were really starting to get better. We were passing really well, but it all went down, after Toni Kroos committed an error. Foul कर दिया उसने. Our players were expecting that it would be a penalty. सब रुक गए थे अपनी जगह पे and Bernardo took the most of it. इतना mesmerizing finish था उसका, इतना mesmerizing finish था. He took the most from the opportunity. Players thought कि free kick हो जाएगा, ठीक है, we'll see what happens, but Bernardo Silva was in some another mood. He had some other plans. So yeah, he took the ball. He went past one or two players and and gave his team the 2-goal advantage once again. So that was the thing. I mean, our players were standing like anything. First half में जैसा हो रहा था, again that thing was repeated. So I don't know man what to say. I mean, इतना खराब कैसे खेल सकते हो? I mean, I'm so disappointed with our defense. But yeah, that was the case. Free kick तो मिली नहीं, but they did get a goal and it was one hell of a finish. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked it. And वो तो फॉर्म में है ही तो खैर, it's but obvious that he'll score. But again, we did get a goal back. As I said, it's just a series of goals that followed. So penalty मिल जाती out of nowhere. So yeah, penalty Benzema convert करना ही है. I mean, it was funny. I mean, last game में La Liga की when there was no sort of pressure, इतना नहीं था. I mean, pressure तो obviously होता है, but इतना pressure नहीं था. But he missed back-to-back penalties दोनों राइट में मारी थी. एंड दिस गेम UCL सेमीफाइनल्स, इतना ज़्यादा प्रेशर है, यू आर ऑलरेडी ऑन द लूजिंग साइड एंड ही कम्स अप विद अ Panenka. I mean, what to say? I mean, this unreal audacity of him to score, and that too in a UCL semi-final against Manchester City. A huge disrespect to City, and they deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, they deserve it. बिल्कुल respect नहीं थी, and he scored that Panenka. So yeah, I mean, out of nowhere the goals came. The goals did come for Real Madrid. 4-3 की स्कोर लाइन है, एंड let's see what's there for us in the next match. Santiago Bernabeu पे 90 minutes are not easy, they are not short, और हमारे पास काफ़ी ज़्यादा एडवांटेज है. Thanks to City for missing those sort of chances. तो we are still in the game. It's safe to say we are still in the game. 4-3 का स्कोर लाइन है, 1 goal advantage for City, but I don't think so it will matter going into Santiago Bernabeu with our crowd, with our ultras. It's definitely much more than City's own fan base. So yeah, it's going to be very tough for City. And concluding, I'd just like to say that defense was the worst part in this game from both the sides, and attack was the best part of the defense. अटैक कर करके लोगों ने गोल मारे, एंड डिफेंस तो दोनों साइड की तरफ से बहुत ही ख़राब था. इफ़ यू सी द सेकंड गोल फ्रॉम विनीशियस, इट्स प्रीटी ऑब्वियस, और हमारे तो सारे गोल वैसे ही आए थे फ्रॉम डिफेंसिव एरर्स. सो there's nothing much to say, but yeah, just giving a short note on Militao. He just had probably his worst game of the season. Varane के जैसी थी ये भी. Varane का काफ़ी अच्छा सीजन चल रहा था, but he messed up in that City game. Let's just hope कि it's not it doesn't go all downhill for Militao as it went for Varane. I mean, injuries did have a major chunk to play in that sort of downfall, but Militao is so young right now, so I do not expect that it'll be all downhill for him, and let's just give him strength and all to be better in the next game, prepare best for the next game. अभी next week ही next leg आ रहा है, so let's see what happens. I mean, 4-3 की score line है, anything can happen. City could have scored a lot of goals, they missed a lot of chances. It's on them. If they lose the tie, it's on them, not on our defense, not on anything. They miss the chances and it's on them. So folks, that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.